Hi everyone, as we already discussed about risk in our last chapter or in our last part, so now I'll be taking the another point here, that's the most important section that's related to the issue management approach, which should be the mandatory section in any project charter or any project management plan. So what is issue? Actually, issue is defined as a problem that the project team can't presently resolve, which is actually happening in the project, right? And if we talk about risk, a risk that has actually occurred, that may occur in future, that's the probability of risk. An issue which is currently happening but we cannot resolve it, we can either mitigate it or either transfer it, whatever, but that's currently happening in any organization. So what it includes: recording an issue. If we talk about issue management, then we have to record it with issue number, description and date, and its severity as well. It's high, low, medium, whatever it is, need to mention that in the issue register. Assigning an issue status. So first of all, if we are recording something, we need to know that what is the assigned state of it. Is it open? Is it assigned? Is it resolved? That needs to be there. See, the thing which is already happening in a project, we need to record it and we need to see the status of it also. Assigning the responsibility for the issue resolution. Whatever the issue resolution would be, that must be assigned to someone who will be working on that particular problem. Suppose if I'm taking the example of issue management or issue issue opportunity register, wherein we have to note down, I'm taking the example, suppose in any project they want to replace B1 or B2 grade people with C1, so it must be assigned to someone, right? So it needs to be assigned to someone to mention that yes, this needs to be done, and done by whom. Tracking process, of course, if we have started something, we have to track it. Escalating if issue remains unresolved. Definitely whatever we have noted down, or if any issue is going beyond our control, that needs to be escalated to the further teams. So it's a very important thing that we need to create an issue management section, right, in a project management, where we need to record and update the link for the issue management register. So the major issues definitely needs to be reported to the senior manager. We already know about it. It needs to be analyzed on the basis of severity and how it will affect our deliverables and milestones. So major issues to be reported and action should be taken timely. So if I talk about the example of risk here, because both are somehow interconnected, so I'm taking the example of resource and staffing here. Okay, so resource and staffing, that's the risk title, and attrition is the risk description, which is mentioning that the lack of continuity in staffing. It can be a risk that attrition can happen in future. And if we talk about issue, then I have already taken the example of replacing the resources as per the pyramid of budget. Whatever the budget is mentioned, that is not as up to the mark, so we need to replace these two type of grades of people with the upper grade, with one person. So that's the issue which is actually and currently happening. And risk is something which can happen in future, or might occur. Okay, so we'll come up to our next video that will be related to the change management process.